Hello everyone, welcome to the World Tapping Circle. I am so pleased to be here with you. So glad that you're taking the time to be with yourself, process your stuff, get aligned, detox all those fears and feelings so that you can keep on doing what you know you need to be doing. So this is a beautiful tap one I know that you're going to want to come back to again and again, called Calm in the Chaos. So the theme is, how are we holding our centers while things are shifting and breaking and changing and doing all of these wild dances around us, and how do we keep from getting frazzed out and distracted and distraught and overwhelmed and upset and all of those things that dysregulate us while that dance is going on, so that we maintain our power during this moment of transition where we can hold on to what is right and true and good and kind and beautiful. And while all these things are shifting and changing, there's an opportunity to grow this, to anchor it, to create a bubble of love and peace and sanity and safety, starting with your own body, your own heart, your own mind, your own energy field, and then watching that ripple out. Excuse me. Woo. I'm recovering right now from some re-exposure to mold, actually. So watching your own energy field ripple out to your team, to your friends, to your family, to your lover, to your organization, to whatever it is that you're putting your time and attention in, it's all being affected by how you hold yourself and how you conduct yourself. So this one's going to be good whether you're a CEO or you are just, doing something that seems so simple and basic in this bigger experience of life. Your mission matters. Your piece is actually crucial to the success. You might not think that, like, I'm just a mom, or, I'm just somebody who does yard work, or I'm just somebody who, takes care of an elderly person, whatever it is that you're doing. I want you to know that the way you handle yourself is affecting lives. And people are watching you, and they're learning and growing. And more than that, your vibe is merging with the collective, allowing the vibe to become easier to access for everybody via kind of the 100th monkey effect. So as we all band together in our own homes and with our own lives and businesses and say, I am holding myself in a sacred way, I'm holding myself in a prayerful way, I'm holding myself in a conscious way where I'm opening myself to what is true to my soul, what is honorable, what feels good for me when I die. And I look back at my life, I'm not going to have regrets. I'm going to be like, yeah, that was hard. And I'm really proud of how I conducted myself. I'm really glad that I didn't, spew that or shrivel or whatever it is that you are going to be processing today, that you're going to be like, yeah, I didn't sabotage myself. I held my center. I grounded. I anchored. And I grew something true and beautiful and stable and strong in the midst of all of that. And now look at where we are, because enough of us did that. That is the mission. Welcome to the tap. That's a big one. Today's a big one. I'm going to say hey to those who are here live with us. Hey, Natasha and Diana and Kama and Amanda. Hello. They're having a tapping party in Austin with Eric and Kirsten. Oh, how wonderful. Good job, everybody. So glad you're here. Sunny in Bush Prairie, Washington. Jess in Portland. Haley in Kansas City. Bobby Joe Barb in Bluff City, Kansas. Jessica T. Also here in Portland. Or Jess. Cricket, love you. And Patrick is saying howdy. Celeste here in Chico. I'm so glad to see you, Celeste. You've been here a long time with us. Kim in Anderson, California. Okay, awesome. And many more who either haven't written or are still logging in. Great. So where are you in the chaos of what is, whatever is your life, whatever it is. Maybe you're dealing with crazy relationships, maybe you're dealing with wild financial swings, maybe you're dealing with overwhelm around politics, or overwhelm about just like cravings or addictions or compulsions or ways that you sabotage yourself. I want you to look at that. Today is the day that we get to look at how we are typically trying to calm ourselves in the chaos. Oh, I numb myself, right? Or I calm myself with alcohol, with cigarettes, with food, with marijuana, with distraction, with social media, with shopping, with whatever it is, sleeping, right? Knowing that whatever that numbing, could be porn, it could be chocolate, whatever that thing is that you're doing is really an effort to find calm in the chaos, right? Looking to soothe ourselves, looking to calm ourselves. Now, maybe the strategy is not the best strategy, but at the end of the day, that's what we're reaching for. So we're going to undo some key coping mechanisms today, where we're looking to create that calm through things that really don't create calm, like watching endless Netflix shows probably doesn't create calm. It might subdue the mind for a moment, right? But what would really create calm? Maybe an Epsom salt bath, or stretching, or meditation, or, making love, or dancing, or reading something that's inspiring, or even just going to bed early. Hydration, there's so many things. I know you know, right? I know you know. Exercise, all the things. Socializing with people who are uplifting and inspiring. All of these things will help you self-regulate, right? And grow and up-regulate to the next level, right? But we have to do a trade. We have to trade some outworn, like, I tried this about 64,000 times, and turns out that ice cream at midnight, even though it feels like a good idea, never really calms me. It gives me a tummy ache, right? So we're going to start looking at what it is that we're doing to create calm in the chaos, where we may have learned that, and what would be something that if we just shifted a tiny bit would optimize a certain small percentage, but that would be enough to take us from like here to here, right? Because if I just stay here, I'm going to end up over there. But if I go here and I do a little course correction, I'm going like this, getting that full vertical axis in my own self, meaning aligning to source properly. Can you tell I'm excited about this one? I think it's good. It's good for me. It's good for you. I think a lot of people are going to really use this. All right, peeps. You know the drill. We're going into the core causes questions. We're going to spend 5 whole minutes asking ourselves some deep, groovy questions. The answers are to loosen up that subconscious, bring that information to the top of mind, and we're going to start processing from the core causes up so that you get the biggest bang for your buck out of this session. Jumping into the core causes questions. See you guys in 5 minutes. All right, sweet beings. Hopefully that was really enlightening and you are primed and ready to go. Let's go into the portal and change reality. Dink. I do love this part. Finding the collarbones, dropping to the front of the chest. Tuning in to the chaos that you are surrounded by, that you're wanting to find calm in. And maybe it's, my whole life, but see if you can zoom in to an aspect of it and work on that piece, and then work on the next piece, and then eventually all the pieces will sort of gel and jiggle together. Okay, big deep breath. Repeating after me, remembering that you can change these words to more perfectly suit your situation. Repeating after me, even though there's a part of me that's experiencing so much chaos, and then describe where that is. Tapping the eyebrows. Tune into how intense that chaos is for you. So if it's chaos in your relationships, or chaos in your house, or chaos in your finances, or chaos in your workflow, wherever it is, I want you to tune in and say, okay, what number of intensity would you give that chaos? From 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. Tapping under the nose. Big deep breath. Tapping under the lips. This feeling of chaos in my, and then say again, that area. Tapping the chest. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping down to the front of the ribs. Even if I feel, and then say how you feel about this chaos. Maybe you feel frozen and paralyzed. Maybe you feel overwhelmed and confused. Maybe you feel sad and like you're running in 20 different directions. Tapping the side of the ribs, big deep breath. Tapping the inside of the wrist, this part of me that feels, and then say again how you feel. Tapping the side of the thumb. It's understandable, tap the index finger, why I feel this way. Just give yourself some empathy. Yeah, it's understandable why you feel distraught, distracted, overwhelmed, frantic, numb, disassociated. Big deep breath, tap the middle finger. Repeat again how you feel connecting to this chaos. I feel. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger, say it one more time. I feel. Tapping the little finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the side of the hand, even if I continue to feel, and then describe again how you feel in relation to this chaos. Upset, sad, confused, angry. Tapping the top of the head, big deep breath. Big sigh. Keep that breath moving. Tapping the sides of the head and the back of the head. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the eyebrows, even if, tapping the temples. I continue to feel, and then say how you're feeling one more time. Tapping the cheeks. Big deep breath, just acknowledging. You have every right to have this response. Tapping under the nose. I have every right to respond this way. Tapping under the lips. Tapping the chest. It's okay that I lose focus, patience, peace. Tapping the front of the ribs. I lose. What do you lose? Or find yourself losing? I lose my mind. I lose sleep. I lose energy. I lose money. I lose self-control. What are you losing? Say it again, and tapping the side of the ribs and breathing. I lose motivation. I lose track of what's important. Tapping the inside of the wrist. Big deep breath. Tapping the side of the thumb, even though I lose track of what's important. Tap the index finger. With all of this craziness. Big deep breath. Tapping the middle finger, it's okay. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. Even if I continue to lose, and then say what you're losing. Losing your temper, right? Losing sleep. Losing my center. Tap the little finger. I learned to do this when I was growing up. Who, growing up, lost their calm, lost their cool, lost their center, lost track of what was important, and modeled that to you by being a hothead, yelling, getting violent, being cruel, leaving, disassociating, burying their head in the sand, checking out, getting drunk, distracting themselves, only focusing on work, whatever it was. Tapping the top of the head. Part of me learned from watching who? Tapping the back of the head, the sides of the head. It's possible that I picked up my ability to deal with stress from watching my mom, my dad, my brother. Who raised you? And did they do it from a centered, calm place while the chaos of life and family unfolded? Probably not. No. Maybe they kept the calm, but also maybe they went into pretense, right? Well, they were pretending to be calm. Maybe they were taking pharmaceuticals. Maybe they were taking street drugs. Maybe they were drinking copious amounts of alcohol. In the olden days, that was the norm. Cigarettes and alcohol. A way to calm down. Tapping the front of the ribs. Maybe they needed to explode so they could calm down. To vent on the kids, vent on their partner. Or or attack themselves, hide, run, beat themselves up in their minds? What do you think you picked up and from whom? You take 1 whole minute, tap the inside of the wrist, blurt it out, go. I learned from who to do what? Keep talking. Tapping the side of your thumb. I learned. Tap the index finger. Keep talking. What did you decide was true about dealing with stress, dealing with transition, dealing with change, chaos? Well, that nobody deals with it well, or that it can't be dealt with well, or that it just sweeps everyone along. What did you learn? Tap the middle finger and breathe. Tap the bottom of the 4th finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the little finger, even if. I learned, and then say what you learned. To shut down, to melt down, to leave my body. I learned that that was normal, that that's what men do, that that's what women do. Tap the top of the head. That you need sugar in order to feel better, that you need food in order to feel better, that you need to blame someone else. You need to get angry. Tap the eyebrows, big deep breath. Tapping the temples. I'm open to loving and accepting myself, tapping the cheeks. Even though I learned, let's say it again, tapping into the nose. Tapping under the lips. I'm releasing this from my body, tapping the chest. Even though I've been holding on to this belief. In order to what? Why have you been holding on to this belief? I've been holding on to it because I thought I had to be a part of the family. And holding on to it to belong. Holding on to it because I didn't know a different way to be. Tapping the front of the ribs. Even if a part of me is holding on to the idea that, and then say this limiting belief around dealing with chaos and change and transition. Tapping the side of the ribs. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the inside of the wrist, even though a part of me wants to hold on to this in an effort to, and then say what it is for you. Maybe it's stay the same, keep my identity, stay connected to the family or the culture or the community I identify with. Tapping the index finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the middle finger. Even if I cling to this limiting belief. Say it again. What is this limiting belief or limiting beliefs? Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. I give myself permission to release this belief. Tap the little finger. That I inherited from my family. Tap the side of the hand, especially who? Tapping the top of the head. And I give myself permission to grow beyond, tapping the side of the head and the back of the head, what my family was able to do. Tapping the eyebrows. Tapping the temples. I release the need to duplicate this stress response of, and then say what it is that you've been self-sabotaging with to find calm in the chaos. Tapping under the nose, big deep breath. Releasing the need to sabotage myself with what? My phone, social media, sugar, masturbation, shopping, eating, overworking, staying stuck emotionally, staying depressed, staying angry. Tapping the front of the ribs. I love and respect myself. Tap the side of the ribs. And I'm releasing this pattern from my body. Tapping the inside of the wrist and from my lineage. Right? Because that lineage, that pattern that you inherited through generations, right? It's resting in your head, but it's also resting in you genetically, in your DNA. This information's coded into your body. So as you claim that, hey, I'm rewriting this code, I'm discharging this template, I'm redesigning this being that you are in charge of, that only you are in charge of, that is the only being you can actually have total control over, right? It changes that whole thread that has landed in you and that is connected to the past, the history of our civilization. And those who have died are rejoicing, being like, oh my gosh, that thing that I set in motion that's been rippling for 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, 200, 300, 500 years, 1,000 years, it's getting healed, it's getting cleared. Oh my gosh, I can finally release myself from any shame or guilt while I'm watching this echo, like yelling into the Grand Canyon and hearing it just echo for miles and miles. Like, oh, I release that violence. I release that helplessness. I release that need to focus the attention anywhere but recentering, grounding, opening my heart, strengthening my energy field, calming my mind, taking charge of my thoughts and feelings and body and choices. Yeah. Tap the index finger and breathe, powerful being. Good job. Let's do it again. Tap the middle finger. I am clearing this for who? Myself? Who's next? Who's directly affected by you clearing this? Oh, my son, my daughter, my lover, my husband, my wife, my bestie, my grandparents, my parents, my brothers, my sister. Tapping the bottom of the fourth finger. Big deep breath. Nod your head. Yes, I'm releasing this on behalf of myself and all these others, because I can. Woo-wee! Tap the little finger, because I can. Tap the side of the hand. Even if they stayed stuck, depressed or furious, isolated, lonely, narcissistic, meek, timid, tapping the top of the head, it's okay. I'm clearing it with grace and forgiveness for all. Grace and forgiveness for myself. Tap the eyebrows, big deep breath. So I want you to imagine this big, beautiful ball of forgiveness being generated in your heart. And I want you to feel that ball of forgiveness rising up through your body and then exploding over your head like iridescent confetti and raining down into your body, touching your skin, into your energy field around your body. I want you just to let it soak in. Imagine that iridescent forgiveness glitter just melting like snowflakes on your skin, just being sucked right in. Taking it into your bones, tapping the cheeks, breathing it into your blood, tapping into the nose, and under the lips. I love and forgive myself. That's so good. Tapping the chest. I give myself permission to enjoy this sweet relief. Tapping the front of the ribs. Allowing myself to release any need to stay distracted or engaged in the meltdown around me. Tap the side of the ribs. In any way that is other than useful. Tap the inside of the wrist. And what I mean by that is, say there's a huge mess. Boom, boom, boom. You're making a smoothie. The lid comes off. It explodes. The coffee boils over. The doorbell's ringing. The kitty is crying. The people are coming, right? You're engaging in the cleanup. You're engaging in answering the door, letting the cat out, wiping the counters. You're engaging, but you don't have to engage in it in a way that labels it as bad or one more thing. You can just simply, joyfully open your heart and be like, I'm wiping and I'm answering and I'm pausing and I'm doing this. Okay. You can start laughing at the absurdity of it all, right? Maintaining your center. Moving even more slowly if you need to. The more wild things get around me, the more slowly and carefully, care-filled my response becomes. Tap the middle finger. The more wild and chaotic things become, let's say that one together. The more wild and chaotic things become. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. The more stable and care-filled my response is. Tap the little finger. I deeply and completely forgive myself. Tap the side of the hand. For any remaining part of me that does not want to be calm steady, focused, and available. Woo! Tap the top of the head. Tuning in again to any part of you that doesn't want the calm because it's not what you're used to. Like, I didn't grow up in a calm environment. Like, unless it's chaotic, it doesn't feel like home. Unless it's a mess on the inside or the outside, it doesn't feel like home. Tune in and see if that's true for you. So many of us grew up in a chaotic household where we were being yelled at to get up, yelled at to go to bed, yelled at to go to school, yelled at to hurry up and eat dinner, yelled at to clean up our rooms, yelled at to do our homework. Constant stress, people fighting, people attacking each other, people sad, people angry, people gone. Tapping the chest. I accept the part of me that feels like unless I'm engaging with chaos, I'm not at home. Tapping the front of the ribs. I'm allowing myself to create a stable, loving, peaceful home. Tap the side of the ribs. Even if it's completely foreign to my nervous system. Tapping the inside of the wrist. I'm allowing myself to create a stable, peaceful center. Tap the side of the thumb. That is my home. Tap the index finger. I am releasing the idea unless I'm swept up in the chaos, I don't care. But unless I'm swept up in the drama, I'm not a part of the family. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. That caring is reacting in this way I've been reacting. Right? Either overreacting or underreacting. Tap the little finger. I'm giving myself permission to release the example set for me by mom and dad, and then say how they dealt with chaos. Mom shut down, dad yelled, or dad left, mom yelled. Tap the top of the head. I give myself permission to enjoy creating a brand new, tap the eyebrows, calm center for me to enjoy. Tap the cheeks. And to do what? What would you do if wherever you went you had this love bubble that surrounded your body, that no matter, kind of like being in an actual bubble where you're like, oh, I can kind of see that there's some wild whatever going on out there, but in here, there's all this fresh air. In here, I see things as they are. In here, I feel connected to what's important, which is me staying stable and able, present, calm, wise, being able to execute plans regardless of what other people are doing or saying or feeling or needing or wanting, that I'm here, grounded, connected to myself, to my guidance, and to this deep abiding peace. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm allowing this deep abiding peace. Tap the side of the ribs. to be my new home. Tap the inside of the wrist. I'm releasing the idea that anything else matters, right? So what I mean by that, it's not that things don't matter. It's just sort of like, if I have calm, centered, steady peace, I'm really powerful. That means that I can make a healthy choice. That means I can hold a healthy boundary. That means that I can actually afford to open my heart. No matter what else is going on, I can open and let love in, let help in, let connection in, let pleasure flow, right? Let myself be inspired. Let myself make healthy, stable choices. Lead my family, lead my friends, lead my people, lead my team. Lead my life in the right direction. Tap the middle finger. I give myself permission. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. To find calm in the chaos. Tap the little finger. I give myself permission to hold this calm. Tap the side of the hand. Big deep breath. Tapping the top of the head, I give myself permission to do what I know I need to do, which is what? What is something that you know would stabilize your vibe and the whole tribe around you if you would just let yourself do it? Tap the cheeks. I give myself permission to move in that direction now. Tapping into the nose. Say it again. Tapping into the lips. I give myself permission. Tapping the chest. To give myself the ability to self-generate a field of calm without losing presence. Not calm like, right? But calm like, I'm holding the field. Regardless of what's happening, I'm holding the field. Holding myself. Listening, relaxing, remembering what's important here. Tap the front of the ribs. What's important? What's important when it's raining chaos around you? What's important is that we emanate safety. That by our command of our own energy field, the whole field around us calms. How do we do that? It's not by denial. It's not by accusation. It's not by self-medication, right? It's by accepting the chaos for now and whatever my reflexes within it, processing it. Oh yeah, there I am. I processed it. Boop, I'm back. Tap the index finger. I process joyfully and easily all of these moving pieces. Tap the middle finger. They don't have to make sense to my mind. I'm just allowing myself to notice and process. So how do you do that? You say, I don't understand what's happening. And I accept that I don't understand and it's overwhelming. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I accept that I wanted it to be different. And I accept that I feel disappointed or annoyed or fearful. Tap the little finger. Say it with me. I accept. And then point those words to your own situation. that I was expecting and I got what? Tap the top of the head. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the back of the head, the sides of the head. Tapping the eyebrows, and I give myself permission to relax. Tap the cheeks. To have room to accept whatever it is that I find myself dealing with, including what are some things that are part of that chaos for you, including who or what. Tapping the chest. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tapping the front of the ribs, the bottom of the ribs. And I give myself permission to be a part of the solution. Tap the cheeks. To anchor myself in my center. Tapping the inside of the wrist, my center. This infinite space inside me. Tap the side of the thumb. Big deep breath. I want you to tune into the center. Like the center of a vessel is empty. Like the center of an axle is empty. The center of us is a channel of energy, is an open space. And that open space allows whatever it is to flow through, and that's what stabilizes. Tapping the index finger, I give myself permission to relax and zoom in to this beautiful emptiness inside me, where everything is calm. Tap the middle finger, where nothing has ever been touched. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. This place that has never been touched or disturbed. Zoom in. Tapping the little finger, I give myself permission to enjoy, to magnify, to live from this place. This space between my molecules. This calm, beautiful space. My center, I am embedded within it. Let's say that 3 times. My center, I am embedded within it. Tapping the chest, my center, I am embedded within it. All right. Tapping all over the body, completing this tap. How are you feeling? What did you learn? If you're live here with us, pop it in the chat. If you're doing this on replay, write it down. Get your tapping journal out. I love it when people have a notepad or notebook and they bring it to circle and they're chronicling their revelations. That's such good material to write a story from, good material to write a song from, good material to create art from, good material to create a podcast from, good material to share with a lover, a friend, good material to remember that there's a part of you that it's wise and centered and grounded and cleared and that wakes up regularly The longer we can remember those lessons, the more we become those lessons, the more natural this process is to just stay here and live from here. Why is that important right now? Because we're rebuilding this world, and there's a giant demolition going on in all these different structures, and it's affecting all of us. And we are part of the solution. If you're tapping with me, you're part of the solution. As you rebuild your own nervous system, you are rebuilding society and thus rebuilding our world. All right, I'm going to peek into the chat. Kim says, thank you, Sonya and Team Love. Gonna tune into that notebook now. Satnam. Patricia says, thank you. Pure space to center and anchor within. Good. I'm going to pop back into the chat here in a second. It takes a minute for it to come in on my side. Reminding you that the training that I am doing currently is almost at maximum capacity. If you are somebody who wants to come, now is the time. Registration will be closing within the next 7 days. Trainwithsonya.us is the website. If you're interested in the following training, there is a waiting list. You can put your name on that, or if you want to come to this one, there's still time to squeak on in, and we can't wait to have you. It's a very, very, very special one. It's the first training that I will be doing in our brand new built-out sanctuary, the one that is actually being painted and tiled and, redesigned right this very moment. And you will get to be the first crew of people that go through that gorgeous new space that I designed myself to hold you and to nourish you and to bless us as we evolve together. Trainwithsonya.us. And remind you that we are constantly looking for donations to continue the building and maintaining of this 40-acre piece of land. So if your world was rocked and you're like, yeah, I want to donate something, this tap moved mountains, and I want to help you move mountains, Sonya and Team Love, there's our link to our ongoing GoFundMe campaign. I would love to raise $5,000 to finish this build so that it can be done on time. So help me, help us, help you. And there's the link popping up there in the chat. All right, I'm going to check your comments, see if there's anyone else that needs a response. Yakoba says, I think I was a 7 in stress. I let go of control and found calm within and embodying faith. Thank you. Haley says, dealing with an intense breakup, started at a 10 down to a 3. Good job, Haley. Caleb says, thank you, Sonya. Amazing first meeting for me. Caleb in Ojai. Can't wait to see you. I know you're coming to the training, Caleb. That's exciting. Barb says, wow, my life has been so chaotic over the last month, and this tap has allowed me to realize that I am on the right path and that I can have my peace and joy in the middle of it. That's right. Kama says, an 8 to a 3, finding clarity. And Love says, at the beginning of the tap, I couldn't stop yawning, and I thought I might need to bail on the session and go to bed. I made it through and no longer feel sleepy, but feel present and clear and able to stay present, very present and calm. Good job, Love. That yawning is emotional discharge, and that sleepy feeling is all of this old information coming out of your body. So way to power through. You did it absolutely right. All right. I'm going to leave you with a song I heard this week called Everything Always Works Out. And it's by Amanda Sicorel. I found it on Spotify. I was rocking around the house to it. I think you're going to like it too. Thank you so much. I can't wait to meet you in person. I'm so grateful that you're here, and I'll see you in the circle. I trust that I can turn it round, and when I visualize my life, I see that everything's always working out for me. I wake up and see my dreams in my mind, and I put my trust in divine
working out for me. Working out for me. Everything's always working out for me.